Hi everyone, we're going to practice the cursive letter Y, the capital letter. So get your packet. We are almost done with all of our cursive letters. I can't believe it. So this is a fun one. We start kind of like the letter U. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute. So you're going to make that candy cane. Starting right below the skyline, come down, go back up like a U, but then you come all the way down, dig for some worms and make a loop. Let's see it. Get your air pencil ready. All right. Volume up. I'm gonna have to get my volume back. Sorry, guys. Now you'll hear it. All right. Here it is. Air pencils are ready.
Y is a skyline down letter. It starts on the skyline. Point to the skyline. Go on the skyline, then curve down to the grass line. Curve back up to the skyline. Trace way down to the worm line. Loop back up to the grass line and make a tail.
Nice. Try it again.
Y is a skyline down letter. It starts on the skyline. Point to the skyline. Go on the skyline, then curve down to the grass line. Curve back up to the skyline. Trace way down to the worm line. Loop back up to the grass line and make a tail.
Try it on your leg.
Y is a skyline down letter. It starts on the skyline. Point to the skyline. Go on the skyline, then curve down to the grass line. Curve back up to the skyline. Trace way down to the worm line. Loop back up to the grass line and make a tail.
Try it on your arm.
Y is a skyline down letter. It starts on the skyline. Point to the skyline. Go on the skyline, then curve down to the grass line. Curve back up to the skyline. Trace way down to the worm line. Loop back up to the grass line and make a tail.
So the Y in your packet is pretty much the same, which is lovely. So be sure to trace first and then write. You will do the lowercase y as well. So here we go. Going to start a little bit below that skyline, make that candy cane, go back up, trace down, dig for worms, and make a tail. Trace, tail. You should be able to get a couple in there. Oh, I think I can get 3 in there. And then just a reminder that Y is a hump letter, the lowercase. So you're going to come down to the grass line, make your hump, then down to the grass line, back up like the letter U, dig for worms just like the capital, make a tail. So trace, and then get a few of those lowercase y's in there. Trace your capital Y, your lowercase y, capital Y, lowercase y. You should be getting really good at this by now. Notice that the capital Y is going to connect because it has a tail. So we have a proper noun. It is the name of a city, Yorktown. Trace, go right into that, from that tail to that 2 o'clock letter O, into the up down letter R. We go with the letter K, which is a loop letter, up down letter T. You got another O. Keep that swinging bridge up high when you go into your W. Same with the N. It's only 2 humps for the N, and one of them is connected to that swinging bridge. So after you trace it, you're going to write the word Yorktown. You don't need to pick up your pencil until the end, and then you want to, you want to cross your T, but I noticed I left out a letter, the letter K, so I'm going to use my eraser. That's why we use pencil. Go back to that R, make my loop letter K, York, town, 2 o'clock letter O, keeping that bridge up high for that from the O to the W and from the W to the N. Then trace or cross your T. Our words are yacht and yet. Yacht is a tricky one because there's a CH there. You don't hear it. That would be a red word, wouldn't it? So you'll trace those and then you'll write yacht. It's a big boat. Yet. I haven't been on a yacht yet. And your alliteration is youthful yaks yell, yay, yellow yo-yos. Wow, that's a silly one. That's probably the silliest so far. So please take the time to trace that, leave spaces between your words, and then when you are done with that, come below and you're going to write it in your own cursive. Youthful, this is pretty straightforward. A lot of loop letters, go back and cross your T. Just watch that O to the U. Make sure you keep it up high so you don't make it a W. Leave a space between youthful and yaks. Yell. And then you have a comma here because you have something that's being said. So you have quotation marks. This is what the yaks, the young yaks, youthful, are saying. They're saying, yay, comma, yellow. Ooh, look at all those loop letters there. Keep that bridge up high from your O to your W. Yo-yos, remember the Y is a hump letter, goes into that 2 o'clock O. Then you put a little dash because it's yo-yos. This one's tricky. Keep that bridge up high and then go into your S. So it looks a little awkward. We're going to put an exclamation mark and then 2 little quotation marks. Yay! We just figured out how to write the letter Y in cursive. Good job. Pat yourselves on the back and enjoy writing.